Yes, guys, Jim Rat Pack back in the house with another show review. And,
Another Larry special.
No. This time it's you as well.
No, it's you.
No.
It's
You've
you.
seen it as well.
Listen,
So anyway,
I've seen it too.
Oh, you have seen it?
I've seen one
Oh
too.
shit! You seen the last episode? Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
It's not the Larry show. Thank
Found
you.
the TV.
Thank you.
Let's make it the Damien show. Come on, Damien.
In fact, yeah, we're gonna
No,
make it
this-
the
this is
Damien
yours.
show.
Yeah, this is your
This
thing.
is your
this is
time
your
now.
thing.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
your
your
thing.
thing.
Anyway,
It's your
so
thing.
just to let you guys know, this is the review for the last episode of Obi Wan Kenobi. So yeah, this is a spoiler review, by the way. So if you don't want to be spoiled, leave and watch it and come back. But yeah, Damien, please take over. Let us.
This is your thing, bro. Go for it. Go for it. It's yours. You're on the rock. You're on the run right now.
Yeah.
We'll chime in when we need
Okay,
to.
okay.
We'll chime
So,
in when we need to.
okay, let me just give you a brief outline of what's happened. So, as we know from the last episode, Obi-Wan and the refugees are flying off because they escaped Darth Vader.
Yep.
Darth Vader is in hot pursuit,
Yep.
right? Meanwhile, remember what we were talking about with Reva? And remember she found that thing with Luke.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
So she actually went to Tatooine
Yeah.
to find Luke.
Yeah.
Turns out she wants to kill Luke because he's Vader's son.
How she worked that out from that little voice message, I have no
Yeah,
idea.
Exactly.
it didn't- yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
What
make
was the
sense.
link?
But obviously, they had to do something because it's the last episode, and there you go.
Wow.
So she's on the hunt for Luke while Obi-Wan's escaping with the refugees, and then Obi-Wan realizes that they're not going to make it otherwise. So he gets in the ship and diverts to a different place. And Vader, even though his minions are telling him, no, we need to go after all the people, he's like, no, I want Obi-Wan. So he gets in his ship and he goes alone after Obi-Wan. So they land in some planet and they have it out. And finally, we get a friggin' fight. A wicked
A great
light,
fight.
lightsaber fight.
Second part definitely better than the first part of the fight.
Yeah. I agree with that. Where you mean the first part was up until Obi-Wan got crushed. Yeah.
When
And then he
Obi
kept-
smashes out the rocks, then the
yeah.
choreography picks
Then
up.
Yeah. Because it's like, he's back to being the Jedi. You know what I
the
mean?
Jedi Knights. The real Jedi Knight.
But that he gave Darth Vader a fight. Shit.
Yeah.
That was you see, that was my one, and I spoke to you about this because we both watched it. I don't think you watched it. But when the first of the new trilogy came out, that was my one Force Awakens, that's it. That was my one gripe about that. There wasn't enough lightsaber
They all
fights.
suck as well. The
Yeah.
choreography in all three. I've
Yeah.
not seen the last one to be fair, but the first two, the choreography is not there.
Yeah, and they're not fighters, and it doesn't look like they've trained for that either, which is quite lazy.
Which is why Rogue One is awesome, because Donnie Yen kicks him ass.
Oh
He's like the
yeah,
Jedi.
of course. But this was a hell of a fight, and as we were complaining about with Obi-Wan not having his full Jedi potential, he has it in this one, boy. Flinging out all the rocks and you know what I mean, and all of that. I was just like,
And just throws him from the side.
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He smashed up Vader, and he smashed up his box thing that he has there. He smashed up. But then, as I said to Damien and Leon off camera, we can kind of blame Obi-Wan for what happens in the original trilogy of Star Wars, because he could have finished off Vader there, and he left him again,
It's compassion, man. He's got it.
that was the second time, because remember the first time before as Anakin, he almost killed him, and then he became Darth Vader, and that's the second time. So now I understand the motivation Darth Vader had in the original trilogy when he killed him in the first. Of the first one. Remember, Luke get away.
Yeah.
Your power's weak, Cole, man. that line there. James Earl Jones.
You know what I mean?
That man is 91 years old. And he still did the voice for Darth Vader in this one.
He still did the voice. Do you know what? I was wondering.
They digitally altered
Yeah, because
it a
he's
little
old man.
bit, but he
obviously.
still did the voice.
Yeah,
for
but
Darth Vader.
listen, when you got a voice like that, it's iconic, man.
He is iconic. I mean,
I even as an actor, he's iconic. But even his voice, I remember when he did an episode. He guest starred in an episode of 2.5 Men. Sorry, right. Did you see that one?
I did.
Right. The man, one of them was asking him, "Can you record a voice message on my phone? On my voice?" Yeah, because he's got that voice. You just can't. You know what I mean?
His voice supersedes him.
Yes, and that's mad.
It's more popular than he is
because he's a crazy talented actor.
The amount of accolades James Earl Jones has won. 60+ year career.
Yeah, man.
Is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. So, bro, so you've confirmed something for me that was
I wasn't sure either.
It
sounded very close.
It did,
but not.
They had to digitally alter it because obviously he's lost a little bit.
The power.
It's not surprising.
Like he can talk.
It's true,
trust
bro.
me,
It's true.
I think
it's true, bro.
At 91.
I'm telling you. Man. Obviously they have the fight, and he leaves Vader there, all wounded and whatnot. While that's happening, Reva is chasing Luke, and Owen and his wife are trying to help, save him, which didn't go very well. Because she smashes up Owen and the wife, and then she's chasing him across the dune. And then I think he falls and hits his head and is knocked out. Luke is. Yeah. And then she was about to strike, and then she sees herself lying there as a youngling when Anakin came.
Chestnut.
Yeah. So obviously she didn't want to do it, but then you see her. Then by the time Obi-Wan gets there, you see her carrying Luke and walking towards them. So they're probably all thinking she's murdered him. But then she puts him on the floor, and then he starts to move, and then she says, "Oh, I couldn't do it. Am I turning into him?" And then Obi-Wan reassures her and says that no, you've made the right choice, and how you become is all depends on you now. Blah blah blah. And he gets Leia home, and then the last bit I love because it's Darth Vader with Palpatine. And he's saying, is your past getting in the way of you, sorting out? And he goes, no, I only serve you, my master. And then the old song kicked in. Remember when you ever see Darth? That's the one. So he's truly Darth Vader. You know what I mean? And then the show ends. So there you go. That was a quick recap of the show. So let me ask Damien first. What did you think of that episode and the show overall?
That episode I enjoyed. I did not really care for Reva's chase at all of Luke, because the one issue I got with this show in general, but I'll go into it later on, is what that whole sequence brings up in spades. But I love the moments between Obi-Wan and Darth, especially when he cuts the mask off in half and he reveals his face and he says to him, "You never killed Anakin. I did." That's frightening, and that just shows you how dark the dark side is. Because Darth Vader says to him later on when he's with the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, and he says to Luke, he says, "Obi-Wan tried, but he didn't realize how dark the dark side is, had the hold it has on you." And the moment he reveals him, that's actually quite frightening, because he's just like, "I did." So who the hell is that? I mean, I did. Who are you? But I love that whole element of the show. I love the last line where he meets Luke and it goes right back to New Hope where he says, "Hello there." It's exactly the same line he has when he first meets R2-D2 in A New Hope. So I love that whole moment. But yeah, I think the best thing about the show has been just seeing McGregor carry it.
Yes.
The moments he has of just the cathartic moments you have with him when he's having that one-to-one moment with Darth after he reveals his face and he's breaking down. He's like, "You were my friend, and this is what's become of you. You're not, my friend doesn't exist anymore. He's dead." He has some really great moments, and I think that's where the script works. There's a lot of parts of it which don't, which are in the secondary plots, which you can tell they kind of drummed up probably last minute. But for the most part, I think it redeemed the weaker elements of the show. Not enough, because overall my main problem with the show is I don't see the point of it. Because like with Reva's thing, and you're only going to watch this show if you're a Star Wars fan and you know the original film. There's no, like, people that haven't seen that, there's no point for them to watch this.
No.
There really is not. And for the most part, I don't think anyone that hasn't seen it is really be tuning into it on a weekly basis. Now, for those of us that have seen it, we're not sitting there getting a new reveal. We're not sitting there building up something we don't know what's going to happen. We know Luke's going to survive. So when Reva goes, there's like, this is pointless. When she's walking him back slowly and it's like, "Oh, is he dead? He's not." We know he's not dead. It's pointless. So when she's fighting against, like, the uncle and the rest of it, it's like, well, she's not going to kill him because we know he survives in A New Hope. So all of that becomes superfluous. And I was like, why have you done this? It's like you've created a show which is really for nostalgic reasons for the original audience, but there's no surprise element.
Yeah.
Because we don't get it, which is the only reason I loved it was because I wanted to see Obi best stuff because you know he's going to die later on.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, would he get at least one up on him before?
Exactly.
I love that, which makes you think like Obi in his best day against Darth in his best day, Obi's murking him.
Yeah.
You know? So I love that element of it. Reva got a little bit of a redeeming quality when she decides not to kill Luke because she got to have a little bit of a moment. But other than that, I actually think, I forget her name, but the woman who turns from the Empire and helps Luke.
Indira Varma.
Indira Varma.
Yeah.
Her moment in episode
I don't know
5.
the character's name, though.
I thought I knew. Her moment in episode 5 where she dies, I think it's the strongest moment of the show.
Yeah.
Because when she's kind of covered by the droid, you generally kind of
she reaches out.
That worked for me so much more than what's happening in the next episode.
I always rated Indira Varma as an actor. I just think she's made very bad choices in some of the movies that she's been in. She's been in a movie that I saw years ago where basically it was softcore porn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, why? Do you know what I mean?
Good money after a run.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah,
but,
she's probably Brock.
But I ask you, at this point in your life,
not
that's
for
my point.
all the tea in China.
That's my point. So, you know,
I
I understand money have to run.
Family that don't want to see
But
money.
You don't have to run like that.
Yeah,
way.
exactly. I mean,
we run it some other way.
we all bust our asses every day to make that.
I'm not going to be busting my ass literally up
literally,
to see. Not going to happen. Nah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I take it that's your take.
Yeah, that's it. That's my take.
Leon, what did you think of this episode and the whole show in general?
Well, let me start with the whole show.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it was an okay watch. Now, if they had put it all out one time, would I have binge watched it? Probably not.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And that shows a lot. Would I have binged 3 or 4 even to get to? I don't think so. It wasn't. You weren't hanging on the edge of your seat. You wanted to know what happened, of course, because we're invested. But you know, I'm a person that works a lot with nostalgia, so I like nostalgic things, and that takes me to a place. But first time watching this, like, not a Star Wars fan, meh. I think it's a lot of meh. I think there's a lot of rubbish shoehorned into this, as well as the Obi Wan thing. Just shoehorning bits of
the Reva.
the Reva thing. It's just shoehorned in, for I don't know, filler. I don't know what. I don't know what they plan to do. And like you said, it does take away the fun, knowing who survives and who doesn't, and. What was the point?
I'll take Damien's point completely.
Yeah, that's what. What was the point? Really?
Because I could say it was a cash grab, but like you said, it only was going to be Star Wars fans that know Obi-Wan that would watch the show. So no one's going to subscribe to Disney Plus to watch Obi-Wan.
No.
So again, why did you make the show? And I struggle with that as well, like you guys do.
Yeah, so, but yeah, 7 was nice. I think it wrapped up nicely enough.
So remember with the last episode review, you said that you think they're going to do a season 2. You still think that?
I don't know, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's anywhere to go.
Nah.
There's no meat.
Nah.
There's no meat.
Not at all.
I thought maybe they were.
Nah.
But, you know, there's no meat. There's nowhere. What character are you going to go with?
Yeah.
You can't do the Reaver thing.
No, that's pointless.
That's pointless, and there's nobody else.
That's pointless.
There's nobody else.
Honestly.
Unless it just becomes Obi-Wan's adventures away from Darth Vader.
Or the people that made R2D2 or something. Like, where he came from. What else are you going to do?
Man.
So, I don't see another season. I think they should just leave it anyway.
I think they should leave it
and
alone.
just come up with something else.
I think they will, though, because I think that they've got the one that Damien really wants to see, Andor. I actually do want to see that, actually.
And we see how that one goes.
Yeah, they got Mandalorian season 3 coming out.
Yes.
They got enough to be getting on with.
Taika Waititi's got a new Star Wars movie coming out.
That's right. And actually Kevin Feige.
Yep.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So there's a lot going on.
All right, so leave it.
I don't think they need another one. Like you guys said, man, we know how the story goes. Unless there was something in there that they were going to show us that was going to be surprising.
Yeah.
It's just a nostalgic thing. And for me, not being that much of I like Star Wars, but I'm not a massive, like I am with like Marvel, for instance.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive Star Wars guy. So as your point was very good. If I'd have watched this, like if this was on Netflix and it came all at once, I would have watched 1. I would have watched 2, and then I would have stopped there.
Yeah, and I said I'll leave it for a bit. I'll leave it for a bit.
I wouldn't have watched it after 2 because 1 was good, 2 wasn't good, and I'm not that much of a fan to then continue watching.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I am, and I still wouldn't.
I
still wouldn't. It didn't excite me enough.
Yeah.
It was good watch, but it didn't excite me.
Yeah. I agree with that definitely, and I think that the last episode did bring up the overall quality of the show quite a bit. Yeah. But generally speaking, it's still a mess show.
Yeah.
I would give that a 6.5 out of 10, the whole show, to be honest with you. It's just purely for what you said. It's like, what are we really learning? Like, nothing, you know. The only new character there was Reva, and to be honest, the character was boring. I didn't feel, even when you find out she was a youngling, who just survived Anakin's, killing all the younglings. You didn't feel for her. I didn't. You know what I mean?
At no point. There was no stakes with her.
Not at all.
There was no emotional connection.
Not at all. A story just didn't make sense. Like, why would you join? You want to kill Vader, but you're going to spend all that time because you know she would have to have spent so much time getting to what the position she got to.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you didn't have any opportunities in that time to kill Vader?
And then you're murdering bare people.
Right, in the meantime.
And the thing is, don't get me wrong, you can do that. You can have her murder bare people and think like, right, yep, she's just evil. But then try to make her out later on, like you have to have this connection to her. I'm like, she's been killing kids.
Yeah.
She's been like,
she'll kill anyone.
Right.
Yeah, anything. Anything that moves. No.
Yeah.
No endearing qualities at all. So I was out with that character.
Yeah. So... But anyway, guys, that's our review of episode 6 and the show in general, to be honest with you.
And one thing, episode 5 revealed to me, after all these years of Star Wars, the stormtroopers can't see nothing in their helmets. They can see nothing in their helmets. They are blind as a bat.
That's why they're shooting all over the place.
That's why they always miss.
In episode
a narrow
5,
corridor, and they can't get the one man there.
In episode 5, they walk in that small bunker. There's people everywhere.
And they couldn't hit none of them. 60
of them.
Yeah, and they couldn't hit none of them.
No.
Because that was the bit where they came through the door.
Yeah.
You got the most advanced weaponry, and I could take it of an AK-47 20 years ago. No.
Yeah,
Just take off the helmet, man.
Take off
the helmet. That's what
that wasn't part of your training.
John
Boyega. Man, just take off the helmet, man. Yeah, man. But that's our review, guys. So you know what? Let us know what you thought about it and what you think going forward with Star Wars in general. To be honest with you, leave some comments down below, please. Yeah.